Hello, welcome. This is Heart of the Moon. Happy birthday, Cancer. This is a birthday reading for the first decante of Cancer. If you were born on June 21st through June 30th, then this birthday reading is for you, with influences from the constellation Canis Minor and the sub-ruler, the Moon. Cancer, the crab, is a paradox of nature. It desires to nest and it desires to move. So what's going to entice the crab out of its home? We got a singularity spread we're going to do for you, Cancer. So without further ado, let's get into it. I hope everyone's doing well. And I'm going to explain things as I go along. We're going to get a sign from Spirit. Not quite, almost. Again, I'm going in to this reading blind. Oh, that's a sign. All right. Singularity spread. I'll explain everything as I go. All right, so the first card. Nine of Wands. 10 of Wands. Aquarius. Page of Cups. There it is. Okay. Nine of Wands. The World. The Hangman. The Hermit. Six of Swords. King of Pentacles. Two of Cups. There we go. That's where we stop. Okay, this is the singularity spread. So we're going to take this is the card right beside Cancer's energy. Water energy. This is where the singularity starts, right from here, and it ends right at the Two of Cups. And we take the Ten of Wands into the deck. Okay. Beautiful. All right. The crab is, like I said, is a paradox of nature. It wants to nest in its home, but it wants to move like its ruler. The moon moves. So the crab is always going to get challenged out of its home. It's going to nest, but it's going to get challenged to move out of its home. And that's part of in nature, that's part of the crab's energy right there, is to move from its home. but it levels up. That's the whole point. It levels up. When it moves to another house, the crab levels up. But here's something about the crab. While the crab is in its home, it can take on one of the qualities of its ruler by soaking in all this knowledge and developing a plan. That's the beautiful aspect of the crab and the moon together, is the crab can soak in all its knowledge, and when it's ready, it can move out of its home. But what's going to entice the crab to move out of its home? And herein lies the energy of Canis Minor. If you look at the constellation of Canis Minor, here we have its main star, Procyon, and its smaller star. That's what the Canis Minor is made up of. One large star and then a small star in front of it. So there you go. There's the position Cancer, or the crab, is in, soaking in all its knowledge, but its natural desire is to nest, but its natural desire is also to move out. So there's the symbolism of the Canis Minor. The crab can nest in home and soak in all its knowledge, but it's going to eventually do what comes naturally to it, and to move out and to make that step. But what's going to make that step? What's going to entice the crab out of its home to make that first step? Right? So there's the singularity spread. The crab the universe basically gave a blank check to the crabs to make a name for itself. The crab is going to literally carve out its own home in space, something like a black hole, and soak in all its knowledge and have this really big influence on the world around it. So the crab is going to literally carve out its own home. In the way a black hole does. But there's got to be a first step. Here's the crab hunkering down, like this, hunkering down and gaining all this knowledge. When the crab has all its knowledge, it's ready to move out. But what is going to entice? What is going to entice the crab? It's right here. All right, the singularity spread. You see how we did it? We chose the first card beside the water energy. That water energy started the singularity, and it went all the way down. It carved out its home, and it ended with the Two of Cups. So there's all this energy the crab is sitting on. This is all the information, the energies that the crab is soaked in and ready to make its first step out of its home. Here, from here to here. And here we have, to begin with, and the crab is a paradox of nature. So we can read this either going this way or going that way. But here we have this energy of a union, of love, right here. The King of Pentacles. Someone reached a pinnacle of success. It's home. And there's the energy of the crab right there, actually. There's a home in the background, a castle in the background. Nothing really but our past doesn't totally define us. There's something to move on from. Took their own ideas and charted their own destiny. Eventually came to a spot of aloneness, some alone time. Shine the light in on themselves and got illuminated. Definitely got illuminated. With the Hangman. But just like the crab wasn't ready to move out of its home yet. It was, just like the crab, it was stuck in animation. It froze in time. To gain more illumination. Now, with the Hermit is gaining illumination about oneself. It's turning that light inwards. Here, the Hangman is getting information, soaking in information from the outside. So this is really beautiful. This is really beautiful how the Hermit and the Hangman came up in the Cancer's reading, because this is the position right here where the Cancer, the crab, is soaking in all this information. Beautiful. This is the world, is a completion. They've this type of energy going through this process, they managed to embrace this energy of self-cultivation. They brought on a completion for themselves and walked through their own archway. The world. Beautiful. But it wasn't easy. You have the Nine of Wands. This is another completion. Beautiful. We have a completion here, and we have a completion here. You could say that this card represents all the resources that the crab needs to make that step, to make that first step. Nine of Wands, another completion. To me, this is a completion. I don't want to repeat myself, but if you go back through other videos, I consider 9 as completion. It's been hard work. But beautiful. And there's another energy of the crab. The crab is, if the crab is open, has an open mind and receptive, it can be really flexible and malleable like the moon. You know, this symbolized the crab's energy, and this symbolized the moon right here. Actually, the solar eclipse. This symbolized the new moon. And you know, it's the moon's energy is really soft. You know, it's really soft, and you know, if Cancer can take on that energy of having an open mind, then they can take on a new form. They can go from this energy, which is somewhat challenging, but very satisfying at the same time. Challenging and satisfying because 9 is a completion, but if the crab kind of embraces the energy of its own energy and the moon and its ruler, can be really open-minded and take on this energy quite easily. The Page of Cups. This is going into something with a really fresh and energetic outlook. Almost like in a meditative type of state. So here again, the crab is a paradox of nature. It's like the crab can. That's the energy of the crab. The crab can go from this energy all the way to this energy in a blink of an eye. This is the feeling I get with the crab's energy. It's watery, right? And actually, there's a blue cloud. There's a blue color here. So this goes in nicely. This blue goes in nicely right here. Into this blue. Beautiful. Okay, so the crab, it looks like the crab is sitting on a wealth of information and really satisfying conditions here. So this is the position of, an overall position of the crab right here. Where the crab has done all their homework. They're ready. The crab is soaked in as much as they can. Right here. So what's going to entice the crab out of its home? And this one card does. The Star. Wow. So the crab, if you look at the crab's mythology, It's it's mostly about sacrifice, but then it teams up with. That's why it teams up with Capricorn. There's energy of sacrifice in Capricorn, so Capricorn got drawn in to the energy of the crab. So if you look at the crab's mythology, the crab, there's a bittersweet energy to it. But when we understand the crab's energy, it's like the divine universe has given a blank check to the crab to make a name for itself. With this energy right here, the star. This is a beautiful energy. This card is ruled by Aquarius. And there's water. It's really Aquarius is it's definitely got some interesting energies. But yeah, what's gonna rev up Cancer, the crab, and get it out of its home? This energy could, the star. You know, in water energy, Aquarius, well, it's the star is it's air energy, but Aquarius energy divides. And it's dividing water, choosing one over another to level up the situation. You know? This is beautiful. This is going right to air. So this is beautiful. This is Cancer's water energy, and Aquarius energy divides. Cancer is going to go skip land and go right to air. If we divide water, if we divide the two molecules that make up water, one is oxygen and the other is hydrogen. If we choose oxygen, if we divide water, and if we choose oxygen, then our situation levels up to air. Our consciousness levels up, and our situation levels up, perhaps to stardom. Beautiful. This feeling, and this is beautiful too. This is someone feeling comfortable in their own skin. And definitely the crab. Well, I guess the crab feels comfortable in its own skin up to a point, and then the crab has to change homes and level up. And this is where the crabs are going to. The crabs are going to go from water all the way to air. That's the energy of the crab. The crab wants to grab the spotlight. That's this natural inclination of the crab. It wants to grab onto something, grab the spotlight, make a name for itself. Well, beautiful. So this is the crab. This is the base that the crab is sitting on. Something like this. This is the step forward. This is what's going to entice the crab out of its home. This type of energy right here. Leveling up our consciousness. Perhaps going to reaching stardom. Beautiful. This is right here. This is what the crab is sitting on, and this is the first step. Right here. Right here. Beautiful. All right. Let's take one more, pull one card. Is overall feeling. Whoa, yeah, okay. The butterfly. Wow, yeah. Yeah, that's air. See? Something. There's something. This is an overall feeling. The spirit picked. Butterfly. Transformation. Beautiful. And I like the colors that the artist chose for this. But this is color contrast. We have blue, and then we have orange right here. The color contrast. We have cold. We have blue. That's a cold color. And then we have orange, which is a warm color. Basically, two opposites. So, in the symbolism of what this butterfly went through is in its wings. Right here. This butterfly had to crawl on earth. Symbolized right here in the blue is it had its dark night of its soul walking on earth as a creepy crawly caterpillar. And then the butterfly went through a metamorphosis. Literally went through a metamorphosis. Right here. Went through a metamorphosis of success, taking a chance, gaining enlightenment, still holding out, cocooning, and then the finality. So the blue, to me, symbolizes this journey right here. And the orange symbolizes the next step. The next step out of its home, out of its cocoon right here. The orange. So this is the orange. This is right here. Beautiful. This is the path of the butterfly right here. It's cocooning type of stage, and then it's metamorphosis, and then ultimately leveling up. In this case, the butterfly went from land to air. Beautiful. Let's see what the Animal Spirit Guidebook says about the butterfly. Butterfly. Undergoing great change and transformation. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career. Yeah, so this butterfly comes up and definitely has gone through some kind of transition. Relationships. All right. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Yeah, no kidding. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. So there you go. Yeah. Definitely. This is this right here is almost like pretty much a complete journey. This is like a generation. Right here. Going through friends and family. It could be like a long period of someone's life. A really a really important stage in someone's life. All right. Committing to one daily routine or meal practice or prayer done at the same place and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly's spirit. When in balance, cheerful, graceful. When out of balance, fragile, frustrated. To bring into balance daily routine. When in balance, cheerful and graceful. And this is definitely part of the energy of the Page of Cups. Graceful. And energetic. Well, this is a beautiful reading. This has been the birthday reading for the first decante of Cancer. Happy birthday, Cancer. If you were born June 21st through June 30th, then this birthday reading is for you, with influences from the constellation Canis Minor, the sub-ruler, the moon. Thanks, Spirit. Take care. God bless.